One of the worst countdowns ever.
You didn't like my countdown?
No, gang, what up? Happy Good Friday. How's a Ruckus with us? Thanks for tuning in on your long weekend. Lucas, Lee, and Matt, as usual. Actually, last week was not as usual, but normally it's the three of us. So
how you feeling?
Sometimes I guess. Good, man. My foot's better now. 5 days to heal.
Your foot?
Plan for fasciitis.
I thought you were hurt because we were bashing flat earthers.
That's true. Actually, that's the actual reason I didn't come. I just pretended I went to the.
That's correct.
What'd you say that make-believe condition was called?
Plantar fasciitis.
Yes, yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah. Well, what were you gonna say? We were just about to talk about a story that Lee wanted to bring up. It had to do with dancing and how we can't dance for at least another month or so.
And I was talking about how I feel like, in comparison, I'm probably so shit at dancing now because I haven't done it in so long. But there's one. I wonder if you remember this or not, Matt. There was one time, Matt and I alone went to, if anyone knows, Nashville North.
Yo, Friday night pool.
Friday night pool, exactly. Yo, but Nashville, we practically own the place. But it was that night where you and I alone, we went. And, we got, obviously, I mean, I know you know the story. I'm just getting some background to everyone else. We got absolutely fucked. And it was just the two of us, and there's a bunch of other people. And there's a group of guys there, and they're pretty good dancers. And they're dancing, and then, Matt goes and, kind of instigates a dance battle. And it lasts, literally maybe 10 seconds. And then the guys move on, but, Matt keeps going with the dance battle. And the guys were just kind of fuck off, homie. We had our fun, and that's it. And he just kept going. He was so into it, and I was into it too. And I was sitting there just rooting Matt on. But I was like, "Yo, you're dancing."
Following, right?
Yeah, I was like, "You're not dancing against anyone right now, but hey, go get it, homie."
And it was that night too was out of nowhere. We were just like, "Yo, let's go out on a Friday." Yeah, so and then that was one of the first nights we found out that they did that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the first time we figured that.
You could go upstairs. I'd never been upstairs, and you could play pool, which was sick because there's no pool places.
It was throwbacks, right? It was throwbacks.
Yeah, and it was 90s and early 2000s R&B and hip hop. It was sick music. I was like, bro, they need to do this. And then they only did it for a couple weeks and stopped.
Yeah,
yo.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm
so glad we found that out.
Surprisingly, for a club, that Friday was not their most bumping night.
Yeah,
Thursdays were.
Yeah, for all y'all who don't know.
Thursdays and apparently Saturdays. Saturdays was their line dancing.
But it was
oh yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Does anyone do any of you guys or have you ever gone line dancing before?
I went to Nash on a Saturday.
And?
I did not have a great time.
No, I only really like when the top 40 music comes on, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was a club in Waterloo called Dallas, and it was a country club, and I remember it was one of the worst nights ever. I was in such a bad mood. And at the time it was my ex-girlfriend's birthday we went out for, and I had such a shit. I was a fucking down bro. I put everyone in such a bad mood because I was just not feeling it.
That's crazy.
I can't help it. I don't like what I don't like. Sometimes.
That doesn't seem like you at all, though.
Yeah, I know.
You're the kind of guy to.
That was one of my flaws.
You fix that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Now he's just down no matter what music's playing.
Life is so hard.
What are you guys drinking today? What's on tap?
Who's starting?
Lee.
I'm definitely going to finish this bottle of Alto's tequila.
Yeah, what happened with
Terramana? Yeah, no, I still got it. I just wanted to finish this one, and then we go back to Terramana. Mixing it with ginger ale for my drink, and obviously shooting it straight.
I'm drinking Florida Canna rum. Best rum out there that I've had. Actually, the 10-year-old's better, but I have a 7. That's what I'm drinking. I'm shooting Pink Wit again. Pretty good vodka, if you don't mind it to shoot it. Pretty good. But you, Lukasz?
I got 2 White Claws and a bottle of Moscato, but I am shooting vodka, so it looks like I'm mixing quite a bit tonight. But that's fine.
Well, what is White Claw vodka?
Apparently, it's a vodka seltzer. It does not. As someone who drinks vodka and only vodka, I mean, I'm drinking wine. I'm a liar. I don't. To me, it doesn't taste like it's a vodka drink at all.
Well, what would you say it tastes like then?
Like malt liquor.
Got him. What?
I don't know.
Malt liquor
Because
is
like,
like,
vodka has a very distinguished aftertaste, like that. What you would consider bug spray aftertaste. Like most vodka drinks, you'll have that aftertaste with.
no, that's bad vodka, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolute. That's absolute vodka, by the way. But
See, I would have accepted you saying it seemed more like a gin drink, but malt liquor, no.
Malt liquor is like twisted tea is like malt liquor or like
Yeah.
malt beer
yes,
kind of thing.
yeah,
So it tastes like that.
yeah.
No.
Yo, feedback.
I'm sticking
chat,
to it.
chat and viewers for you guys. Let us know. I got actually feedback about this in the week, but let us know for next time we have a long weekend if you want us to do it earlier, like on a Thursday, if you scenario like this where the holidays on a Friday, or if you want us to just like skip it and go to next week. Because apparently I found out other podcasts that they typically don't release stuff when there's holidays, and I was like, I didn't know that. But
Really?
chat, let us know what your thoughts are. You know, if you tune in, and then we could save it for time because I understand if a lot of people are out. Not that you can really go out. Today's the last day, so maybe people are in the last hurrah.
Maybe that's why.
In Ontario.
Maybe that's why so many people are out.
Yeah. But let us know what your thoughts are on that. If you want us to do it earlier or just skip a week or whatnot, and we'll talk and see what we can do to accommodate.
We're considerate guys like that.
All right, we'll probably just do the podcast anyway, whether we get 0 viewers anyway. It gives us.
Except me, I'm not considerate. I'm actually very selfish. So.
True.
Yeah, wasn't that one of your flaws in the first episode or something like that?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a common knowledge now.
Yo, before we go into joke of the week, just a little shooting the shit. You know the game Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. For anyone who doesn't know what it is, it's you get 3
Who's
names.
Marry, Kill?
What's that?
Who's Marry, Kill? You want to fuck her?
Yeah, duh. You get 3 names, whether it be people you know or celebrities, and you got to pick one person you fuck, one person you marry, one person you kill. How many times do you think you've been killed when other people play that game? Because I'm sure you've been brought up. Like we had to have been brought up at some point. How many times do you think you've been?
No, that's very what is the fucking word? Conceited of you to think that other people think of you that much.
No, but they might think of me in a bad note, being like, "You got Lee in here." And they're like, fuck, kill him, fucking kill him." Like
the first thing is,
I might not be exactly. Kill him right off the bat.
You know what though? There's 3 of us, so why don't we get the viewers to play with us?
Yo, shit! Everybody.
Yeah, everyone in chat.
Fuck, marry, kill, and just
post on our Instagram. We'll post this as a clip. Post your replies there too.
I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed off so hard.
I'm making Twitter accounts just to
100%. We'll make this an Instagram thing though, but just to be clear, I'm Lee. Guy with the glasses is Matty. Hat boy is Lukasz. Fuck, marry, kill between Lee, Matty, Lukasz.
Well,
I'm so interested.
But we already have a hashtag fuck Lukasz, so you guys have to go with the theme, or else it's kind of weird.
We'll change the hashtag to kill Lukasz.
Yo,
kill Lukasz.
If I brought home a shirt with that, my parents
limited edition.
Like, why is
limited edition. That's right.
Why is the theme changing? My parents would be concerned.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to encourage people to do physical harm.
It's obviously all theoretical. We don't know hitmen, so we can execute.
But if we do know one, message us.
Did you say if we know one, message us?
If the viewers know one,
Oh, okay. I thought you said
I misunderstood. Because like if we know one. Wait, why wouldn't we just message them?
Yeah, what? Yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah, but I think I would like to think that every time I'm brought up, I'm probably killed.
You'd like to think that?
No, I don't. Sorry, no, I don't like to think that, but I think that's the truth.
You think that's the truth? You get killed all the time?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, I guess it's hard to say because knowing who else is in the pool obviously changes everything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm killed all the time.
I'm definitely not fucked.
Yeah, no, I'm the same here.
Someone's probably been like, I guess I can marry him. He's pretty consistent. He's pretty funny. Otherwise, let's just fucking kill him. It depends who I'm up with. If I'm up with anyone else, I'm killed. I'm hoping it's against me in a triangle, just Lukasz versus Lukasz versus Lukasz, and I still lose.
Kill.
Shit.
That's good.
All right, before we get into our topic, health and wellness this week, Lukasz, bring the thunder and the heat. Not at the same time, because I think that's what causes tornadoes. But
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so awkward. I completely forgot it was my joke of the week, but I have come here. I had like a back burner just in case.
he literally Googled it while we were on the
I didn't
pre-show.
Google it. No, I didn't Google it. I had one I wrote some down that I wanted to use. What do you call a Frenchman with sandals?
What?
Philippe Philop.
Yo, that's actually. That's good. That's really
I'm so pissed that I liked it. I'm so fucking angry at myself right now. Damn. Fuck.
Bro, and to make things even worse, I was literally gonna wait and oops, I'm so sorry, chat, and do one of these while I was saying it.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's actually pretty good. I like that. I'll give you that one. That was a good one.
that was great. You wanna?
Those one-liners are the best, bro. Those are the best kind of jokes. I think I would like to do, if someone could run a statistic on our 12 episodes, how many times one-liners have won versus terrible stories about bikes and shit. Sorry, my eyes are anyway.
Yikes. Yo, I would like to appeal that one, by the way, because it was still a funny story. There was no punch. It didn't have to have a punchline. It was a funny
It
story.
It obviously wasn't funny if you drank to it.
Yeah, it's fair. Lucas, you got something to tell us in the
Yeah,
meantime?
Lucas, what the hell, man?
Like, you want me to give you guys a second one-liner?
No, I want you to
ad read, bro.
fucking advertisement.
No,
No, we don't want a second joke.
I completely forgot that I had to do that. So,
Yo, Lee Grand Champ, this guy.
Yeah, he's.
I'll wing it. I'll wing it.
Oh man.
One name, a lot of letters. Lee Grand Champ is the man for you. If you didn't see episode 10 yet, he was with us. He evaluated my house and has made me a property champion. You too can be a property champion if you let me evaluate your house. Now, have a better house than me, of course, because my bathroom had carpet. But if you would like to have, just some professional advice, you would like to get your house quoted, you would like to get any other advice, he gave us a ton. If you would like more personal advice for yourself and your family, Lee Grandchamp is the guy for you. Mississauga Vibe on Instagram. If you'd like to follow him, give him a shout out. And yeah, that's our boy right there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his links will be in the bio if you guys are looking for him. If that didn't do it, did you send people to him for personal advice?
Yeah. Yeah, personal advice as well as property advice.
Like about what's for dinner?
Yeah, like. I had spaghetti 3 times in a row. What should I get? He'll be like,
Hey Lee,
spaghetti.
Lee, I was 10 years away from causing a ruckus. I don't know what to have for dinner tonight.
He's had to reach out for personal help. But what the? Well, we lost that sponsor.
Yeah. We Calicino chat. Oh my God! Don't let Lucas ever do that again.
That's a real fan because she's looking out for like constructive criticism and just wouldn't let us fail like that again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So Lee, we gotta shoot because
yes, we do.
That joke was good.
It was good.
I think.
Cheers.
Yeah,
to
cheers.
Lucas's success.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
To Philip Flop.
And for more joke advice, Lee Grandchamp is the one for you.
No.
Excuse me.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Boom.
Health and wellness. Vital part to living a long life, I think.
Sure.
That's my slogan. Even though I don't necessarily know if I
the only part.
But what really prompted us to talk this topic? Was it just something that we? Was it COVID because I was at home?
Not even that.
Stay healthy and active at home. I think is one reason, but not.
I think it sparked from. We're talking about our own diets and what we've changed during COVID in eating habits. And we're talking about how Matty has not changed his habits at all, which is good for him, I guess. Lee does fasting, and I used to be I used to do long-term segments of keto. So carbs are the enemy kind of deal. And I think we just
I intermittent fast.
Do you?
Do you?
Not on purpose, but I do.
Consistently?
Yeah, like every day when I work, like every day Monday to Friday, I typically don't eat from like 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. to like noon the next day. Just 'cause I don't usually eat breakfast.
But do you have like a coffee or anything like that?
Yeah, I do have a
Do,
tea.
do you have it with like sweetener, sugar, milk, or anything like that?
Yeah, milk.
I think it's under 50 calories. You're still in a fasting state.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think I'm good then. I'll
Maybe.
check.
I mean, as long as someone spills some of that milk, your tea, then half the milk's gone anyway, and then you're
Yeah,
good.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I heard people are looking out for you like that. Uh, okay, so do you guys want to touch on the diet aspect of health and wellness first then?
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, so Lucas, what you mentioned that you, for long periods of time, did the keto diet. First of all, what got you into keto? Why did you choose keto of all diets, and what was the goal?
So, first things first, because not a lot of viewers do know this, but I used to be a very big boy. I used to be almost 400 pounds. One day I'll show pictures of before and after. Maybe I won't. Who cares? And
Are they naked or no?
of course, they're just all nudie pooties. And one of the things that made me go to keto rather than anything else is that my brother and I both have eating disorders where we gorge. Once we start eating, we can't stop. And I thought it was just me being fat, and then my brother started talking about how it's a disorder. It's actually something that runs in our family, etc. And I was like, okay, that's very interesting. So I needed something that would still let me eat quite a bit, but like can still make me lose weight. And without me looking into it, he kind of brought it to me. He's like, you should try going on keto. It makes you lose a lot of body fat. You change your main consumption from carbs to fat, so your body burns fat for energy rather than carbs. The only thing is you have to avoid like breads, pastas,
Like literally everything.
like anything that's carb related. A lot of people don't know what that means, right? Like potatoes, anything like that, starchy stuff. It's typically with carbs. Now there's a lot more options, but the reason why I went off of it is because it's not sustainable. It's one of those things that you go in for, and then you kind of make it a lifestyle change rather than just a temporary change or a long period of time. Like you should be doing it for over a year to get results, because once you jump off of it, you'll gain a lot of it back, which happened to me quite frequently.
Like your body goes into like carb shock because you're now consuming carbs.
Basically, because what it does is it shreds your water weight. And so once you start eating carbs again, is that you gain water weight really fast. So as soon as you jump off of keto, you'll gain weight really fast. But it won't. It's not like you'll gain 100% of what you lost. It depends on how long you do it. So it worked for me. I lost over 100 pounds, and then I went off of it, gained some back, went on again, lost a lot, gained a little bit, lost a lot, gained a little bit. And then I just started realizing like it just really sucked when I would go out and people would order pizzas of the world and stuff like that. I couldn't have that. Or I would have to take everything off the crust and eat pizza like that, which was just sadly had to experience it firsthand.
It was hard for me. I love pizza. Pizza is the shit. It was hard for me to watch someone just disgrace a pizza like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the duration you did keto for?
I did it
like
for,
you said you lost over 100 pounds and you keep on what time frame?
I did it in a year. 1 year made me lose like basically 100 pounds, but that was because for a whole year I didn't break it once. And breaking keto means you have you have over 20 grams of carbs in a day.
20 grams.
Lucas lived with us at the time. He would eat like just sausages, literally like that's for dinner.
Yep.
Strictly sausages, like nothing else. Just like pack of sausages, like that's it. He's like, yeah, that's it, and then that was it. Like every day.
Sausages and mustard. Because mustard has like 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 everything. And yeah, like it
100% flavor.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
That's the thing with mustard.
I can't use these. Yeah, see the point you bring up about the dietary restrictions. That's why for me, like I don't think I'd ever get to a point where I wouldn't eat something because of diet. Like unless it was like for my life was in danger if I keep eating the way I do, right? Like you know what I mean?
Which was
like,
where I was at.
That's fair.
Oh shit! Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's where it's like if I feel like having like today I want to I'm gonna have a burger with barbecue sauce on it today, then I'm gonna have it like that. Like I'm never gonna be like it's like not in my like it's too many calories for my like that's where from my perspective I would never go on a diet or a lifestyle that was restricted in that sense. Like if I want to eat something and I feel like I'm gonna have it, and I think it's moderation is probably the biggest piece. But that's kind of like my outlook on
Mhm.
just what Luke is saying, like, oh, I couldn't eat this because like I would hate that. Like that would like
Well,
if I feel like having something, I want to have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
have you guys ever seen like how your exercise takes into account of how many calories you can have extra in a day?
Yeah.
Where it's like if you're physically active like 4 times a week, you can have like 1,000 extra calories a day. That's not like, it's relative to your body size and everything else among that. But like, for example, we just did like a calorie calculator the other week. Me and a coworker, Ross, we did that, and I was like, oh, I can have 2,600 calories a day due to my body size and still lose weight. Then it's like, oh, by the way, how often do you work out? And then you put in that number. I said 4 times a week when I work out, about 7, but I usually don't do an hour workout every day. And then it's like, oh, you can actually have like 3,500 calories a day. I'm like, holy shit! Like that, you don't even realize that's actually quite a bit of calories until you're eating dumb shit that's like super high calorie dense.
Yeah, calorie deficiency is really the key thing to losing weight, like
Really is.
or gaining. Like if you're trying to build size, that it's either a calorie
Surplus or
opposite?
deficit.
Surplus. There we go. Yeah, or deficit, exactly. So it's I've seen some funny like Instagram posts about like health and wellness in that sense, where it's like I can't eat before like after 8 p.m. and it's like, well, as long as you still have your calorie deficiency, like you're still fine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't that piece doesn't really matter. But
So what kind of cons did you what kind of cons did you find in the keto diet?
My cons were honestly just if I was eating out, it's just so hard to find options that are keto friendly. I mean, other than like a Caesar salad, but that's not filling. It's not satiating. I would say
what was that word? Sorry.
Satiating?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that word.
No.
No, this is a genuine question. Like, can you tell me what it means? Because I like to learn when I hear new words. I want to learn them.
Like to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Oh, like sexually?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you can put in many.
You've never heard people say like, "Oh, you're insatiable."
No.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, I don't. Or maybe I just didn't know what the fuck you were saying.
Maybe on our
like, this guy's just
vocabulary
making up a word.
diet.
Yeah. The
Anyway,
whole
sorry
vocabulary
to
episode.
jump in, but yeah, satiable. Okay.
I would say that's my biggest con. Is just honestly going out, not being able. Alcohol, and just stuff like that. Sweets. You don't realize how much sugar's in alcohol. Like you had to drink only liquor, and I would have to do that with Crystal Light. And
Yeah,
it's like,
Crystal Light and vodka, disgusting.
I had that mix for like a whole
Fucking
year.
monster, bro.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I don't know. Other than that, it was okay. It's just sometimes though, like you want a slice of pizza, and having one slice would fuck up your entire day, and reset your keto. Like you'd put you. And the thing is, when you broke keto, you'd have a fever.
So is that the keto flu that everyone talks about?
Yeah. The only thing is though, is the keto flu is like when you first engage in keto, like for the first like week or two, you feel sluggish because your body gets used to it. You can actually avoid that by having the proper amount of sodium and taking iron supplements or zinc supplements.
Sorry. Can we just clarify that? So the keto flu is within the first
week or two.
Segment of week or two of starting the keto diet.
Yeah, or when you break it, it's like the first 2 days of breaking your diet.
So it's when you cut carbs out of your diet and then reintroduce them at like a spike, essentially.
You literally get a fever, like you're sweating all the time, like your body temperature's high. Like sometimes you'll find that like you're kind of drowsy. It's actually insane. But
like a Pokemon? Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. Keto is all right. Like if you are really big and you need to lose weight because of health reasons, it's a good way to go, but just make sure you know your shit when you're doing it, because a lot of people don't realize what carbs are. Most vegetables, all vegetables have carbs in it. You have to realize which ones do and which ones don't. Like fruits are carbs that will break you out of keto as well. An apple has more sugar than an orange, which blew my mind when I found that out. Just like simple things that you wouldn't really realize. You can't have beans at all. Beans are loaded in carbs, but you'd be like, but how? And you're like, it's a plant. It's like, yeah. That shit's loaded with carbs. Just things that you have to watch out for. Carrots are super loaded in sugar.
So what veggies typically would you then eat?
You can eat stuff like broccoli, cauliflower, your basics. Tomatoes, one tomato has like 8 grams of carbs total for the entire tomato. So like you have to watch out for tomato sauces and stuff.
Well, I think
so
what a lot of
realistically have a cauliflower pizza where you just crush one tomato on it as your sauce.
Yeah, does that work?
Well, I mean, if if you get tomato sauce that's strictly like just the juice of the tomato, not the actual skin and like the fiber parts of it, which are insides, you can get away with having
Right.
tomato sauce.
So what is it made of if it's not the insides or the skin?
Well, tomato sauce is typically like a tomato gets roasted and then it gets like put into an emulsifier and blended. So typically, if you get like a very viscous tomato sauce that's like made of just the juice, like if someone were to like poke a hole and like literally just squeeze it out, yeah, that would have minimal carbs. But that's so sad.
A Philly stress ball. You just Philly stress ball of tomatoes.
The Philly stress ball. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, check out episode
Last
11.
episode. Last episode. Near the
Episode
end, too.
11. Yeah,
Post a clip
towards
of
the
it
end.
on Instagram too, but
Yeah, we gotta do that. The Philly stress ball.
How about you guys? Because you guys both fast, and I know that typically when you're fasting, you can have more calories because of the way you eat. What is the biggest con for fasting that you guys find?
Okay, well, first, for people who don't really know about intermittent fasting is you fast for a prolonged period of the day and you have a specific eating window. The most common one is you fast for 16 hours, and this includes your sleep time, obviously. And you have an 8-hour window to consume your calories for the day. And it's a pretty consistent window every single day. And the whole idea behind it is it's not watching what you're eating, it's watching when you're eating, which is why I personally love it. I eat like shit all the time. Just so you know, like I really don't have any reason to be on a diet. The only reason I started doing it was to kind of motivate my dad to help him lose weight and stuff too. Also, I'll be completely honest, when it comes to my body, I'm kind of vain. Like I work out purely for the looks. I honestly don't even care how strong I am. I just want to look nice. So there was a time where
you're like SpongeBob, where your muscles aren't they're not even real. Like you go bench it, you're like, fuck.
Can't. It looks like I could, but can't. Exactly, 100%. I do it just for the looks. There was a time where I kind of let myself go a little bit, and like I lost my abs and shit. And then before I started intermittent fasting, I didn't entirely cut out sugars, but I significantly reduced them, and I was watching my sugars and counting my sugars every day, and I kind of got back to a good spot. And then I found intermittent fasting, and now I eat whatever I want in those 8 hours. Like I don't care, put something in front of me, I'm going to eat it, and I look just as good, if not better, than when I was actually monitoring my diet. So for me, I'm like, I love this shit. Like I'm fine with it. Like building muscle. For anyone who also doesn't know, intermittent fasting actually preserves your muscles while burning fat. So you can just get fucking shredded on the shit if you eat right. Like I eat like a total asshole right now, and like looking decent.
Total assholes.
The whole thing.
Yeah, my asshole eats everything and anything. So corn on the cob for dinner, perfect, baby.
As eating that backwards, baby.
From fasting, like, is there anything that kind of like frustrates you from it, like, or is there something that makes it hard to sustain? That you're like, oh my god, like today's super hard because of low energy or anything like that?
No, I find the first like maybe week of intermittent fasting, it gets kind of hard. Like when you hit those times where you're used to eating, your body it's in a schedule. So before, like at work and stuff, I used to eat at 9, I used to eat at 11, and then I'd have lunch, and then eat again at 3. So now that I start my eating window at 1, 9 and 11 in the beginning, my stomach would know, it's like, oh, it's time to eat, and I wouldn't eat anything. I was like, yo, what the fuck? So it was really hard to kind of
talks to you like that. Mine just growls, but yours is like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
That's because you have
hungry, bro.
You have an uneducated stomach, bro. Like, your stomach should read.
You gotta read more, baby.
That's it. But once you get past that, it's pretty easy. Maybe once in the morning at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'll get a little hungry. But once you get past it, it's perfectly fine. And I actually find I'm more focused. My energy levels are way more consistent, like beyond what it's doing for my physical appearance and like body fat and weight and stuff. Aside from that, I noticed there are a lot of other benefits. For example, it boosts your it's good for your immune system, for like digestion diseases and illnesses. It's good for that. It actually apparently increases brain activity and your mental cognitive functions. Like I feel way more consistent, way more aware now when I work out fasted versus working out after having eaten. Fasted workouts are way better. There's a very noticeable difference.
That's interesting.
How about you,
I would feel
Matty?
like it would be harder because it would, you don't have the fuel. But I guess if your body knows when you get it, kind of like, makes up for that.
Yeah, there's like an efficiency level. Like your body's like, yo, like we got to do this, we got to do it right. And like it's not, again, another thing that a lot of people don't know is digestion takes up so much energy. So if you're eating all day, there's so much of your body's energy going to just breaking down the food. Now, if you're not eating for 16 hours, you actually give your body a chance to say, oh my God, like, yes, like let's focus on other things. Like we don't have to digest anymore. Great. And you notice there's hidden energy that you didn't know was there. So like that's really what gets you through those workouts. And you could fully put everything into the workout rather than digesting that peanut butter and jelly sandwich you had before hitting the gym.
That makes sense. Yeah, I would say my intermittent fasting was not necessarily like lifestyle. Like, no, I wasn't doing it for necessarily health reasons. It was more that this really only like relatively recently started. I'd say probably in the last 2 years or so, but it kind of was just my work schedule. So like I would just get so busy when I would get to work that I didn't have time to eat. And I'm not the kind of person that'll wake up early and have breakfast at home. I'd always like eat at work. There's a point where I was like eating like oatmeal for breakfast and shit, but then like I got to a point where I was too busy to have that. So like I just kind of didn't eat until lunch. And I typically like I'm not the kind of person, I have to be very in the mood to like snack on any kind of food. Like after I have dinner, like it's very rare for me to eat anything else after. Even like when we have parties, like I just sometimes just don't eat because I just get like wrapped up in the moment kind of thing, and I don't think about eating. So it's not like something I think I like consciously choose to do. I think it's all like I just get wrapped up in with what I'm doing, and I look, I'm like, holy shit, it's lunch, like I should eat. And there are times where sometimes I don't even eat. Like my window's kind of around yours. Like I don't usually have lunch until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. But sometimes there are times where it's like I'm in meetings until like 3, and then I'm like, yo, like, if I eat now, then I'm not gonna want to eat here when I get home. So like I'll just wait till I have dinner, and then I just eat a lot because I'm like so like that. Because at that point, I am like usually pretty hungry. But I can usually go from like 8 p.m. until I get home at like 5 or 6 the next day if I didn't eat, and just be like, yeah, like I could do it.
Wow.
But I typically try to, yeah. It's probably not like I probably might overdo it. But again, I don't follow this like 7 days a week. Like on the weekends, I might have breakfast because I have more time and I'm at home. Actually, even though I work from home some days, I still don't make breakfast. Yeah, the intermittent fasting thing is just like I typically I'm just not a big breakfast person. Maybe it's because I don't really like breakfast type foods a lot. Like I'm not a big I don't mind eggs, but like it's not like I'm dying to have them all the time. And bacon's obviously always good, but you don't have to necessarily have that for breakfast.
Do you guys take any supplements?
I worked at like a couple of days when I got my adjustable weights, and then I fucking couldn't stand on my foot anymore. So I was like, fuck, of course, like. I can't like it was a little hard to even try to bench and stuff because I couldn't really push my foot on the ground. I'm not the kind of I don't have a bench. Like I have to like sit on the edge of like the couch. So, like I'm sitting.
Those are the worst. Those are
the break his fucking back.
No, I arch it like super. I do the big arch. But I'm not sorry. What was the question again? Oh,
how'd you get so off topic?
Because I was like picturing how I do it, and like it's so bad for my back because I don't have support on like the rest.
He's like, if I had supplements, I wouldn't need a bench.
He just stacks the jars and use that as his bench.
Vitamin B is vitamin
protein.
bench, baby.
That's it.
I take protein post workout, and then in the mornings when I'm consistently working out, and I actually take amino acids too, just to try to actually encourage me to drink water. I'm so bad. Same thing as like the intermittent fasting. I don't drink a lot of water during the day because sometimes I get too busy to drink water. And I'm really trying to change that. Like I'll be like, yo, I'm thirsty, but like, yo, I need to finish what I'm doing, so I'll just go after. And then like, I just yeah, it's bad. So I was never a big fan of it. Water, I didn't like water because it didn't taste like, I'm like, ugh, it tastes like nothing. I wasn't a fan.
I hate
but
to say
lately, I lately have been just better with just like drinking it.
I hate to say it, I agree with that. Where I used to always struggle to drink water because of there was no flavor. But what I started doing is I bought these
Farts in the
supplements.
cup? Nice.
Yeah, farts in a cup that I have a sip of right before water. No, it's I got these supplements, so I get all my B complex, my vitamin C, and my vitamin D from these like flavored pouches. So I do 3 pouches a day like, at work. But the only problem is now I end up like peeing so many times during the day.
Is your pee like super highlighter-ish?
Bro,
because
the B complex one, yes. After B complex, it is. Where it's neon, it's glow in the dark, all the good stuff. But like the other two, it's crystal clear. I'm like, bro, am I just peeing water? Like, there's like it's beautiful.
It only happens to me when I drink after the podcast. I'm hydrated because I'm peeing clear.
It's the one time your body's hydrated is after alcohol.
Legit.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, obviously, the other aspect to health and wellness is mental health and wellness.
Yeah, but that stuff's not important.
I guess I didn't say it was important. Oops. So one of the things that I think is super important in life, and I live by this, and I think a lot of people know it, but they don't know it properly, is like, tell me if you agree or not. I think struggle. Okay, my guy. I think struggle is extremely important in life, and without struggle, life is boring and meaningless, and you kind of need something to work towards. But I think you need good struggle. I think people notice that you need struggle, but they go towards bad struggle, being like, drama, or like abusive relationships, and they see this struggle, but it's not.
They see abusive relationship. They're like, I need that in my life to.
Unfortunately, some people are like that, man. Some people are just they're into that shit.
I don't like the word. Like, would you consider challenge struggle?
Are you challenged?
Yes.
Yeah, in the penis department.
He struggled.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Challenge is, again, it may not, like, to your point, I think it builds how you deal with those challenges and struggles in your life. Is when you're confronted with them, how you deal with them.
100%.
And there's always positive or negative, I guess, negative ways of looking at it, where it's like, things are always against me, instead of like, well, this is an opportunity for me to become a better person or a stronger person, because now I have another experience under my belt. I don't think that's a very easy, like, for someone who practices it, or like, it's just part of, I guess, the kind of person that I am, and I'm sure you guys might be in the same boat, but it's like, for me to talk about that, it's easy because I'm like, that's just how I am. But it's hard to wrap my head around, like, when you're like, no, I'm not like that. That's not how I am. It's weird for me to be like, oh, that's interesting, because I'm just so, that's how I'm geared, is like, it's hard for me to
I think
in a negative way.
I think there are levels to it, though, and there are subtle levels to it that I think maybe a lot of people don't take into consideration. Like, a majority of the struggle or challenge, whatever you want to call it, could come from your hobbies. Just have a hobby that pushes you, that you're not just, that's not too easy, something that you're going to suck at for a little bit, and then boom, you get to the next step, and you get to look back and say, oh my God, look, after trying so hard and failing, I got to this. Okay, now what's the next goal in this hobby? And then you struggle a little bit, and then you get to another milestone. You get to look back, and you get to see the reward that all that struggle built.
Video games.
Sure, video games.
100 dubs? Let's go for 200 dubs, baby. Let's drop in for dance.
Honestly, just setting goals. Setting goals is so important, and having that challenge, struggle, whatever you want to call it, I think is necessary.
I feel like if you don't have a struggle, you're living sheltered. Because you'll see people who get hand-fed everything in their life, and you can see, like, when you're just interacting with them, you're like, this person seems, I don't want to say they're dull, but it just seems like they're so unaware.
You want to say they're dull, bud.
Well, I mean, there are other cases, too, though, where people aren't sheltered, but they just don't have something to push themselves with. Like, they don't have a hobby. They don't have something that they can commit themselves to say, hey, I want... Like, pick one thing to master, and I'm sure it's going to take you your whole life to master it, to really master it. What did you say?
Bait.
I'm going to master bait.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
How'd you fall for that?
You're fine. You fell right into my trap, dude.
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I fucking let that happen.
Point, bro.
I can't
that's
believe I let
that's
that
almost as bad
happen.
as like, yo, you got something on your shirt.
You might as well have. Fucker.
End your life right there, dude.
This guy said
I want to go back to Lukasz, the point you made. Not just hashtag fuck Lukasz, but hashtag fuck with Lukasz. I fuck with Lukasz on that one.
Thanks.
Which
Thanks,
point?
About the when people don't experience struggles and when they've handled a lot, that it may just and you like. I feel like you can tell who those people like when you meet somebody like, oh, this person is like kind of been like guided. And being supported through things is not a bad thing at all. I think that's how it's just to the extent of, you know, if that impacts how you then look at future scenarios, because then you're always going to expect people to support you every single time. That's kind of when I'm just like, come on, like you got to, you know, do things for yourself sometimes.
But also, I think an important part of growth is surround yourself with people who are like-minded. I think I've seen a lot of times where I have friends who have groups of like their main group of friends. Yeah, I have colleagues who have their main group of friends are people who don't have ambition to drive, and therefore like they don't have anything to kind of I see them trying to improve, but then their friends will be like, "Yo, like I'm down with just chilling in the basement for the rest of my life." Kind of
what about people who don't have their driver's license? How are they supposed to how are they supposed to drive?
I don't shit on that
shut the fuck
too
up.
much.
Shut the fuck up. Did you get that? Because he's like, how are they supposed to have drive?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got
No,
it.
thanks, Lucas.
Yeah.
I should have let Lee just go on with it.
What I was gonna say though, Lucas, I that's what I think. I see your point. But I think maybe your phrasing was wrong by being around like-minded people. I don't think that's true. I think you need to be around people who are going to push you to new levels.
Sorry.
And only like-minded people if they're those, you know, go get them kind of people. Because if I'm a shitty, lazy person and I'm around like-minded people, I'm fucked forever.
Yeah,
I'm fucked forever.
But that's what I mean is that there's people who will surround themselves with the same thing where it's like, oh, like these people are chill, not pushing themselves. So I'm pretty chill too because they're enjoying life. I'm enjoying life. And it just becomes like that for decades. Years.
Yeah.
But then you're enjoying life forever. What's wrong with that?
No, at a certain point you're not.
But I think that's subjective. I also want to call out a chat comment here just while we're on the point that we're talking about. So struggles are subjective, though. Everyone's definition is different. I agree. I totally agree. What one person may interpret as, you know, this is a challenge or struggle for me. I agree. Not everyone has the same interpretation of this is something that I struggled with, but it may not be something Lee or Lucas struggled with. I totally agree on that.
Give an example.
No problem. You put me on the spot. It's hard. Should we come back to me or
no? You need to think of it. You have 5 seconds.
What happens if I don't do it? Oh,
while you think of it, in the meantime, I would like to say I do agree as well, but I think that's why, like, it doesn't matter what everyone else's definition of struggle is. It's just as long as you're doing something that's always pushing you to get better and not be complacent is the important part.
That's exactly what I was trying to say, and Lee kind of he said it before I could speak it.
And better.
He interrupted you just to say what you were going to say.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
I got you, homie. I got you.
I literally was typing it in on my computer, and I guess he has a spyware, and he could actually see what I was typing.
It's true.
That's me typing. That was me typing.
You did screen share, so I saw it.
Yeah. I again, to your point, I think it's always about. I think you need to continually challenge yourself in whatever definition that is to you.
So what do you guys use to challenge yourself? Like maybe some people are like, fuck, I don't know, what can I do? What suggestions would you give to people to challenge themselves to make their lives, I don't want to say better, but to add a positive element? I
think a good way to look at it is with what you're doing in your life right now, would yourself 5 years from now be like, yeah, I think that's part of what got me to where I am now. Like reviewing on everything that I'm doing right now, the decisions that I'm making right now, is that something that I'm gonna one day look back and reflect on and be like, I had the right mindset, or I was thinking about, I was thinking about the future, or making myself, better, we'll say. And kind of something I saw on Instagram too was like I think actually along those exact same lines I think it's actually from a Joe Rogan podcast. He said, imagine if there was a documentary team that's running around with you every moment of your life. Like, would yourself 5 years from now look back at that and be like, yo, what are you doing? Or are you like, yeah, like you're in the right, like you're doing the right thing. That's kind of one way to look at it is, am I happy with what I'm doing now? And again, happiness is another thing that's very subjective that ties into mental wellness is are you happy, or are you just like settling? Not settling. What's a better word?
Complacent?
Yeah.
Stagnant?
Like, are you just
comfortable?
Oh, did you say stagnant?
Yeah.
You thought he said pregnant.
I
knew you thought he said.
How'd you know?
I guess comfortable, I guess, would be the word.
Yeah, like, exactly. Are
Yeah.
you? I think and both, like, I think this is both a thing to review, like, from a professional perspective, like your career path, as well as your personal life. Because I think, at least in my perspective, those two kind of obviously impact each other very heavily. Like, because your career typically will support the lifestyle you can live with, the income you have. Can it feed the things that you like to do, or the things you're looking to strive for? Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my interpretation of being happy and being.
So do you think that struggle / challenge element should be present in everything you do?
I don't know. If you want to enjoy it, if it's a hobby of yours, it depends. Like, are you doing it for enjoyment, or are you doing it for challenge? Whereas, again, like I had joked about earlier, but like gaming is, I think, a great one because for me, it covers both, because it's like I continually strive to be better than I was, but I have fun most of the time doing it. And, it's something that I think I can review and measure and be like, I'm better now than I was before. And it's something that I enjoy and I take pride in. But it depends on the kind of, like, I'm trying to think of other aspects. Like, do I always challenge myself when I'm doing them to, I guess, like, in comparison to where I was before? I don't know. That's a good question. What about you, Lucas, or what? Or you, Lee? What about you guys?
Yeah, Lucas. What do you use to challenge yourself? Either long term, short term. What's your challenge?
Well, I'd say for me, I don't think there should be a challenge in everything you do. I think there should be some sort of challenge that's keeping you growing. I'd say my challenge that keeps me growing is I'm in school. So a lot of people don't know that. So I'm in school. I graduate, actually, my final exam is in 16 days. For those who don't know.
You're doing a podcast instead of studying, bro?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Bad example.
But like after that, my next building block will be either finding another education, like to either going and continuing another sort of term of education, or getting a career position, or doing something else that pushes me. Like a good thing is, like, I took up video editing for my gaming stuff, because I found I was gaming and I was progressing. So there was like a challenge there where I'm like, yo, I'm like learning, I'm getting better. But I almost felt like I always had nothing to show for it. Like I could tell people, hey, I've played this game for a decade, and people would be like, all right, like, yo, show me something. I'm like, oh, like I can't, like I don't. Which is why, like, I started making videos, because I'm like, I want to start putting that out there to the world, but also so that I can look at it, and what happens if I put enough videos where it starts getting traction and that benefits me some way, shape, or form.
Make it a career, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like,
you live in a time where you can monetize hobbies, and people. I think we talked about this before, but you can monetize that if it's something you enjoy doing. Like, to your point, it's like, kudos to you. You're doing something you love, and you can sustain a lifestyle. Like, I think that's really everyone's dream.
And mental health is really good for that, because there's gonna be people who are gonna be like, all I do is game all day. I don't feel like it's productive. But it's like, well, then do something about it. Like, change the way that you
make
game.
it productive.
Yeah, make it productive. Stream, make videos of it. If you don't know how, find out how. If you game on PC, almost every PC has a built-in recording software. If you game on console, find a cheap
They do too.
solution.
So I think both PlayStation and Xbox.
Really?
Maybe I don't know about like Wii Switch and shit, or sorry, Nintendo Switch.
Right. But I mean, even if you're just a gamer and you feel like you're not being very productive, just turn that into something that's productive, so that you don't feel so shitty at the end of the day, being like, I just gamed all day, I have nothing to show for it. Show for it. Like that's something that's super important.
You don't have to be good. That's the other thing I think a lot of people misconstrue with streaming is like, you don't have to be good. You just have to, if you can bring good content, like you have good conversations with, where you're engaging with the people that are following you. I think that's great.
If you're entertaining,
that's what people will watch. You know, not everyone that streams is a good player. You know, some of them are just your average player. It's just they bring funny or good content. And same, you know, I think this applies not even to just video games, but even hobbies, like artists. Like you don't posting your stuff on social media stuff, like it doesn't have to be like, what are you comparing it to? Like if it's something you're proud of, just post that shit. You know what I mean? Like people subject it to, and I guess this ties into the whole, I think social media, again, we've talked about this topic.
Oh, hold on. Can I cut you off for a second?
Yeah, go.
The one thing you shouldn't post though is if you make a meal and it looks like shit on a plate, don't post that shit. I see so many people post like, oh my god, I had asparagus with chicken, and like the chicken's like leaking onto the asparagus, like the whole plate just like a soup. Don't post that shit. Sorry, go ahead, Matty.
Yeah, nope, I agree, 100%.
Again, social media I think ties in very, very strongly to mental wellness, especially with current lockdown situations. Kudos to Ontario for going into lockdown again. Yeah, I think that's a big thing is be proud of what it is that you do and the progress that it may have shown in your life versus comparing it to people who have been doing it for years, or people who are just, you know, instinctively or not what's the word? Not instinctively, but like
I don't know what you're trying to say.
You've lost your words a lot this podcast.
This guy poured so much fucking rum in his drink.
Yeah, it was like probably like an eighth, or
it was half. Half of that shit was rum.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, It probably like to where the drink is now was rum. But,
disgusting.
Yeah, you can't. People need to stop comparing their your accomplishments compared to you, not they. Your accomplishments to yourself versus you to other people, because unfortunately I think anything that any one of us is going to do, there is someone out there who's doing it better than us. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm the best at anything in the world, but if it's something that I'm proud of because of the progress I've made, it's something I want to show off. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that because they're like, I don't want to post this because like it doesn't meet the standards that exist presently.
Okay, so I agree with you and I disagree with you at the same time. I agree 100% that anything you do, you should always compare to yourself. And the bottom line is you should just be better than you were the day before, or whatever
compare yourself to you.
Compare yourself to you, for sure, for sure. But I don't think that should stop you from striving to be the best if you truly want it. Like if it's something that's not that important to you and it's just for personal growth, by all means. But I don't think you should stop and say, oh, someone else can be better than me. Like if it's something you're truly passionate about and you truly want to pursue, go be the best in the world. Go do it. Put in the work. Make it happen. But don't let the fact that you're not there yet shouldn't stop you from celebrating what you have accomplished so far.
That's good.
Right?
That's what I was trying to say.
How about you, Lee?
I got you covered.
What's something that you do day to day?
Yeah, I mean, two things. I mean, or just the typical ones that I think anyone could do is, I think... What was that? Jerking off? You get better and better. If you reduce that time daily, you're getting better. You're getting better.
Yeah, it's all about who finishes first, right? That's how races work.
That's right. Anyways, going to the gym, I think, is a good typical one that anyone can do. Even not even going to the gym, but just working out and just watching yourself progress. Hey, I can curl 2.5 pounds heavier than I did before, or I ran an extra minute longer than I did the other day. Like those are small things that are good because it pushes you in this growth there. Me personally, and I feel like everyone saw this coming, and I will 100% and always promote Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think it's the best thing in the world for me.
Oh my God, this guy's throwing in ads for his own business.
One day, baby, y'all want me to train you. It's going to happen.
One name, 2 words.
3 words, 4 words, Lee. C. Paulson.
Baby.
What was that
sentence.
See.
Yes. No, but legit, I highly recommend it to every single person on the planet to at least try it. There's nothing in the world that's going to push you in all of the ways, like mentally, physically, health at the beginning, emotionally for sure. But
You suck, Lee.
yeah, it's demoralizing when you go in because a lot of people start with an ego. To go in without an ego, kudos to you. But a lot of people start with an ego.
I'm going in there being like, yo, I'm trash, dog.
And that's how you should, really. You should go in as a blank canvas and absorb everything you can. But some people come in, and like I'm a small guy. I'm a pretty small dude. And there have been several guys who come in who are titans in comparison and who have an ego, and you understand why. And then they got fucking mopped by, maybe not me, but, well, yeah, definitely me, but small guys like me, and it just absolutely crushes their ego. And to a small guy like me, I fucking love it. But
you feed off being an ego killer, huh?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. The guy, one of my coworkers from work,
Carl?
No, Carl's not my coworker. Yeah, I mean, I train with Carl, but one of my coworkers calls me. What does he call me, Lucas? The dick softener or something? Because I love to I love to crush people's ego, when they're feeling good. Yeah, I'll crush their egos and ruin them. He calls me the dick softener or something like that.
Dick softener.
That's what you put in with your laundry. So
yeah, that's right. Joe Rogan said it perfectly, and I had felt this way for the longest time, and I just couldn't articulate it, but he said it perfectly. Like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is 100% a form of meditation. And obviously, I'm sure everyone would agree that meditation is a great key to mental health and wellness.
I don't think so.
I think a lot of things though can be I feel like you could state a lot of things as meditation, depending on what you define as meditate. Like, I could be like, yo, for me, gaming is meditation because it lets me get into a zone and it lets me focus.
Sure. Takes you to another world,
myself.
Allows you to escape your everyday life. I agree with that. But however, difference.
No howevers.
However, the difference between Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and really any kind of martial arts, MMA type stuff, compared to most things that I can think about, is when you're doing those things, you can't think of anything else. Like when I'm rolling, you can't think of anything else. You have to assess absolutely.
He's rolling, dude. You get it? Like he's rolling. Like
that's what he meant.
That's what he tried to say.
Oh, what?
Can we get a pog in chat?
Yeah, no, you can't think of anything else. You gotta be 100% there, and your mind is completely occupied with what is happening right there, which is very well a form of meditation. You can't.
So what about sex?
Okay.
I feel like, and I could be wrong. I
literally think the definition you just said.
I disagree. I think a lot of people take themselves to other places during sex.
Like where?
like instead of the bedroom, the kitchen.
Yeah. The bathroom.
Get a little crazy.
The closet.
The street.
No, because I think you're like, are you saying that in the moment you're doing Brazilian, you're in that moment? Like I feel like sex can be like that.
But I mean, like you cannot, and you if you want to be successful with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, successful. Okay.
What was that? This guy is trying to get successful.
Successful, baby. Let's go.
Dan.
Dan who?
That's my stepdad, Dan.
Oh, does he do that?
Ow!
I feel good.
Yeah. No, if you want to be successful at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can't think of other things. Like, if you get distracted in the middle of a roll, you're getting fucking choked out. Or you're getting swept, or you're losing.
That definitely sounds like sex.
But I feel like, no, with like sex, you could go to another place. In fact, some people who, like, have issues will take themselves to other places so they can either perform properly or not perform if they're not into it, or like, you know, you don't necessarily have to be in the moment. And I feel like hell, a lot of sexual exchanges these days are under the influence of drugs and alcohol. And how the hell can you be present in those situations?
I don't know. That's me in the morning.
I'm always drunk. I don't know. Fucking woke up one day and she had a ring on her finger, and I said, "Fuck, what did I do?"
What happened? No, I bring it up because for those of you like myself, I hate cardio. I personally, except like actually, I don't mind swimming, and I think swimming's great. You know, it can be a really good cardio. That just means you gotta have more sex. Just replace cardio with sex, and I think that's a good. For me, it's the best. You know, it's the best 30-second workout I'm gonna get every day. So.
Equivalent to a 5K run, baby. It's right 5K in 30 seconds.
Those jackhammer thrusts I'm going, bro. I'm burning like
fucking
calories right there.
This guy's a rabbit, man. This guy's a rabbit.
We got so off topic with health and wellness.
But we're right on point. What are you saying? We're right on point.
Definitely impacts mental wellness as well as physical wellness. It's true. And emotional wellness. Yeah, wellness in general.
Because it is vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's true.
In fact, some people actually can't get emotionally vulnerable until like without sexual encounter, which is weird.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta tell a funny story.
No.
Oh no.
Okay. So my brother was like having some debate on Twitter. I'm not gonna get into the details, but basically what he was saying was,
who, your brother or the twat?
The twat was saying.
Someone who tweets something, are they the tweetie?
The tweeter. No?
Yes.
That's
why there's a tweeter. Yeah. That's why there's a tweeter twatter, because it goes back and forth.
That's
what conversations on Twitter are called. They're called tweeter twatters.
If that's not what it's called, that's what it needs to be now. Twitter, hit us up.
It just is.
That's it. Yeah, officially. He's having a debate on Twitter with someone, and he said something to the effect of having intercourse with someone, you're submitting yourself to them.
That's so professional.
Absolutely. I'm a classy man. He's like, you're basically submitting yourself to the other person, and because it's a very vulnerable thing, and you're putting yourself in, even if it's with someone you trust, there's still a compromising position that's kind of there, that both people have acknowledged, and there's a sense of vulnerability, and you are offering that to the other person with the trust that they will handle it. Now he meant
don't have a lot to handle.
Then better handle it, baby.
Duh.
I need a whole hand.
Just chopsticks. You need to use chopsticks to handle your vulnerability.
I use chopsticks. Oh god.
Worst Asian ever. But now he meant that as both men and women. Like whoever is engaging in the sexual intercourse, both parties are offering themselves up to the other person and submitting their vulnerability to the other person. And the person just comments or retweets back to him and says, "That's something a rapist would say." And he was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I thought that was like a pretty good point and like kind of agreed upon by everyone, somewhat intellectual." But there's like, "You're a fucking rapist," and he was like, "Yo, how are you just gonna accuse me of that?" Like,
yo, that's a bold claim to make on the internet too.
Right? Like that
doesn't go away.
That's a serious claim to make. People just toss that word around like nothing.
To me, it's the opposite. If there is no vulnerability there, then there's compromise there. If you both are not into it, and there's not a mutual vulnerability and agreement, then it's like kind of like then that gets sketchy. It's
like almost like
that's rapey.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I agree. Yeah, that's totally true. Like, you're being naked has got it. Well, you know, I'm assuming you're naked. I'm assuming naked is the.
I'm naked now. This is just a filter. This is just a filter.
I have clothes on.
Yeah, that you gotta feel the most vulnerable then.
Right? Especially if it's with someone who.
Especially when it's
Let's get
cold.
real.
Like I swear it's gonna be.
There's a breeze in here. Can you close the window?
There's no window in here. Like fuck.
What's the thermostat set to? 72? That's too cold.
No, that's true, man. Like, it's very true. That's probably the most vulnerable. And I think it's when you find that person, sharing those moments are obviously where you have great cardio workouts that are a minute or a minute, maybe a minute and a half if you're really pushing it.
Damn, this guy's a champion, eh?
Yeah, I'm constantly trying to be better and better.
No, but legit, like, especially nowadays, let's not kid ourselves.
What time is it? Yo, we didn't even do our shot at 10:45. We're 9.
What time is it?
10:05.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh,
so we're into this.
We're so sorry. No one's saying anything.
Oh man. Okay, let's pour one up. And what a topic! What a good segue into pouring up a shot for Carl's mom. Talking about a healthy sex life.
And vulnerability, baby.
And vulnerability, baby.
Oh fuck! That's good.
All
right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Happy long weekend.
Okay,
this is not goodbye. This is just us saying, "What up?" Carl's mom.
Prop for Jesus too.
Sure. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, no, what I was gonna say is, like, who are we kidding? Nowadays, not a lot of people are waiting till marriage to have sex.
What?
So,
are you
guys
kidding?
Aren't? You guys aren't? What's wrong with you?
I said a lot of people. I am. I definitely am.
I've just been pretending.
Pretending what?
Replacing it with my finger, and then I just spit. I'm like, I can't. Oh my god.
It's bigger that way anyway, so.
He's using his pinky.
His pinky toe.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I can't wait till marriage for that.
Yeah.
I've heard that sex is very great.
From who?
Books.
That's why I take myself to other places. And I said, take myself somewhere else.
50 Shades of Grey, I've heard, is very sexual and very good.
Oh, yeah. I just imagine being with Carl again. That's what gets me off. Anyways, another philosophy that I think is so important to doing well in life. And this isn't meant to be taken as don't ever be serious and don't take things seriously. But I feel like if you think life...
How serious are you being right now, though?
It's 85%. Is that good? That's good enough. Anyways, if you think life is anything but a joke, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
People are always like, yo, how come you're always in a good mood? I was like, yo, life's too short to be in a bad mood.
Exactly.
I was like, my life could end tomorrow. It's like, I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm so pissed that I only lasted 30 seconds with my thumb. Like, it is what it is.
No, maybe you should dwell on that. Yeah. Maybe you should dwell on that.
That should be the one thing that you should take a little more serious.
Yeah, take a step back on that one.
No, it's true, though. Like, it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. You have to appreciate, and this ties into the whole. We can circle this back to dovetail off of that. We can circle this back to the diet thing, where it's like, I'm going to eat what I feel like and what I want because I want to enjoy my life for what it is. Because I don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously, if I eat shit like all the time, it's probably going to be shorter than it could have been.
I agree and disagree. Like,
you need balance.
Like, you need
my
moderation.
eyes red? Did I got like pink eye going on here or what?
I don't care,
this guy rubbed shit in his eyeballs.
Away from the camera, you.
It's contagious, man. Yeah, back up. It's contagious.
Ugly kid. But let me tell you something. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you should be able to enjoy those things, but you should. If you have everything you want ever, when you eat whenever you want, however you want, I feel like then you don't really get to enjoy when you get like that one moment of like, hey, like I get to have this whole cake right now because I was being good this whole week. I get to have like this like
Wrong.
thing like splurge a little. It's kind of like spending. Like you save up money so that you can buy something great. And you're like, yo, this is great. I gotta enjoy this more now.
See, that's interesting because I would always be like, if I want something, and obviously I'm talking like, not like stupid amounts of money that I'm dropping, but it's like, if it's something that I like and it's something that's going to benefit me in a way that, sure, maybe it's something that will improve my experience or make me happier, like I'm going to spend that money because, again, I think I always tie it back to you don't know when your time is up. Like, I feel like you have to, like, obviously I want to save money for the future and maybe, pass on to my kids one day. But at the same token, it's like, that the future is never guaranteed. Like, tomorrow is not for sure. So it's like, I feel like it's trying to find that balance and being happy with that balance of what I have and what, your needs and wants. I think it's very important trying to balance those. Like, are you putting yourself in a financial, or a scenario where you can't sustain, I'm breaking the bank for this, but I really want to do it, versus it's like, this is going to be the last time I get to do something like this. Like, it's really about balancing those needs and wants. I think is very important.
Yeah,
it's easy for everyone to do.
Kind of like what you said there. Like, I don't think that's an excuse for people to be reckless.
Agreed.
You don't be reckless.
It's like buying, no slight to Alex M, but not trying to buy like 40 shares of GME, but
not trying to do that. No, exactly. Don't be reckless. Don't not be calculated, which is the same thing, I guess. But basically what I just mean by that is don't take everything so seriously. I think it's important to feel things. I think it's important to have emotions. I think it's important to have bad days every now and then, but just don't dwell on it. And when I say life is anything but a joke, I don't mean like, oh, life's a joke. Like, fuck this. Like, don't take it seriously. I mean, like, for example, if I say something mildly offensive and I say, yo, it's just a joke. I mean, like, don't.
No. There's no excuse to be a dick.
Exactly. Don't be a dick. Just don't take everything too seriously. Enjoy the good moments. When the bad moments happen, learn your lesson and keep going.
To kind of dovetail off that, I think
nice.
I don't know. I feel like a big decline in health and wellness is just people finding reasons to be hateful. Like, cancel culture is a good example where it's like you find reasons to get offended over stuff, which ultimately just ruins your own day when you're like, I choose to be offended over something that really has no impact on me.
Pause the Ruckus, baby. So you should do instead.
Right? But like,
again, I think social media is a huge factor in all of it because these aren't avenues for cancel culture. It obviously spreads through social media.
But yeah, I think social media is a big part of it. But I think just in general, people choosing to get offended over something that has nothing to do with them.
I'm offended that you almost said the word in a weird way.
Like triggering.
You're so offending. I was like, who says it like that?
Like people will literally take something and just let it ruin their entire day, let alone day. But they'll make it a mission to let it ruin their life until it gets removed from their life. When it's like, dude, like, how about you just like turn your head the other way? Like, I feel like people start getting too... And there's certain things that we should definitely, fix and stuff like that. But there's certain things that's just, like, kind of overboard. Where it's like, we're choosing now to get angry and let our emotions now take over. Something that's almost non-existent or relevant. Where in 5 years' time, you're going to be like, I don't know why I let this consume a whole year of my life.
Well, that's the weird part. Is like, it seems like there's something... I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like there's something addictive or addicting, I don't know what the right word is, about these negative situations and being upset and being offended, playing the victim kind of thing. People love that shit. People love the drama, and it's crazy. Like, I feel like we should all know how stress affects us in negative ways, but people just welcome this shit left, right, and center. People are inviting it all the time.
I wouldn't even say people are inviting it. People create it. Like, people are...
hell yeah!
People are...
Hell yeah! I can't get a hell yeah!
People are choosing nowadays to create drama in their own life because they could be missing it for all intents and purposes. Like, they're like, oh, like, I need more. I need more problems in my life, so I'm going to now create problems.
I'm like Fergie, like, start some drama. You don't want no drama. Like, I don't want no fucking
Well,
Yeah.
to dovetail off that,
Nice.
I think that's
Oh,
Yeah, we should.
It's
Yeah,
weird,
we should
it's
just
weird
do a
when you
shot
say it.
every time.
It's weird
Every
when you
time
say it,
someone
Lee.
can use dovetail effectively and correctly, I think we should do a shot. I think it should be a thing.
that'll be effective next podcast.
Starting right now.
Oh fuck. So like I feel like that
Keep going, yeah, but
that circles back perfectly. I think, anyways, to the
dovetail.
whole to the whole challenge and struggle aspect is like I feel like they recognize that they need some kind of challenge in their life, but they aren't aware enough to know that that's bad challenge. Like
Would you say they're not woke?
ugh.
I hate the word woke and
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate a
because-
lot of things because hate's a powerful word. But
And I hate it. And I
woke.
hate it. Yeah, woke is anyone who just tries to brag
Did you just
about.
bark? Oof.
Yeah, I did.
No, who let the dogs out?
Look, my mom did. Anyone who gloats and brags about how woke they are.
Hey, you just be like, yo, bro, I woke
Fuck
up this
you.
morning. I woke up this morning too, bro.
Yeah,
We're all woke.
that's how every day since the dawn of
I
time
feel
started.
like it's
We're all fucking woke.
woke culture is like being like aware of your surroundings and aware of like all these situations. Where I think it's like woke now is my definition of when people say that they're woke is that you're overly sensitive.
You're ignorant, sensitive. You don't like facts.
Or you think you know
love
more than I know. Or you think
Yeah.
you know more than
You're
the rest of the
condescending.
people know.
You're enlightened.
Condescending, that's the word, yeah.
Yeah,
Falsely
Enlightened. This
enlightened.
guy's bringing Buddha into
No,
this. Okay.
falsely
okay.
enlightened, but falsely entitled as well.
Ooh,
100%.
double falsely.
Boom,
Me
get him.
too. Both
Get 'em.
entitled and enlightened.
Get him.
That's deep, bro.
You probably look stupid in that shirt. You
Is this something that's happened to you or you've done to someone?
Yeah,
That was
I've
way
been
too
woke. I've been woke.
Well, like, you gotta get up. You gotta go to school in 45 minutes. Like, I'm woke, dude.
Yeah, is the term woke offensive to people in a coma?
Yeah, of course. Cancel.
I don't know. Why don't you ask them?
Let's
You
cancel
gotta ask.
woke. Let's
Cancel their ass. Cancel woke.
Yeah, cancel woke.
It's offensive to
Guys,
coma.
we're shooting to dovetail, by the way. I didn't see you shoot, Lee. I think I saw Lukasz shoot.
Yeah,
but-
I took it really fast. In fact, like I think I got some up my nose.
Right?
Yo, I've been rubbing my eye. My eye's like actually red over here, right?
Stop with your
Stop
fucking.
putting your face so close to the camera.
Your
No one,
pink-
no one cares. No one wants to see that shit.
It's contagious. Cheers to what are we doing this for?
The dovetail.
Oh, fuck.
Dovetail. Every time dovetail. Carl said he's out.
I didn't know he was here.
Carl, what time was this at? I can't see the time. Can anyone else see what time it Carl?
It's
I don't think it tells us.
it's not relevant.
That's
But,
kind of weird. Actually,
Well,
no.
Well, thanks for saying hi, Carl. Jesus.
Yeah, bro, we didn't even know you're here.
What an asshole.
You even spelled my name
Anyways.
wrong. What a shit show. Carl's
He's
not
spelled-
woke.
You spelled your name wrong?
Yeah, man. He said Lucas. Fuck
When did
Lucas.
he say that? I didn't even see that.
When did you say that? I don't see that chat.
It's in YouTube.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, dude. Literally, the only comment was Carl saying, "I'm out."
No, he says, "Hey boys, fuck Lucas. Lee, your jits is shit. I'm out."
Oh shit! Now I'm seeing that. Sorry, look at live chat, not top chat. Anyway,
Oh shit.
that's fucked up. That's not top chat. If it was the only thing that was,
I mean,
Right?
I saw it perfectly
bro,
fine.
that's how
Are you
that's
guys
how
just-
shit that comment was about Lee's jits being shit. Is that it wasn't even make our top comments. It was one of the only three.
If you guys want to see it, try to be more woke.
Yo, I'll tell you what. I will. Next time I get to roll with Carl, and I break him like I always do, I will.
Sounds pretty-
I will post that.
It sounds pretty sexual.
It's very sexual. I'm gonna post that on the Insta.
Yo,
Okay.
Carl, can you take Lee? Well, I need to
He's
take Carl.
out.
We're also talking about this.
He's
I want to
clearly
see what
out.
you look like. I haven't seen what you look like yet because I have this envision of who Karl Marx is in my head. It's kind of like Karl Marx, like the psychologist Karl Marx, just because obviously I know your names are spelled different, but I just want to go off how it sounds, obvi.
You don't even have an image of Karl Marx in your head. You just imagine what his penis looks like.
When are you gonna call me out like that on the stream? Dude? That's kind of fucked up.
Sorry, that was rude. That was rude.
But anyways, that is the case. let's do a hypothetical. We have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, hypothetical. Let's get it. Who's got one?
I have a few here. I can't. This is how close I actually have to get to my screen to read because I don't have my glasses on. What? I have some that I've listed, but I don't know if we've talked about these before.
Yeah. While you think of a hypothetical, don't you think Jesus might be a little offended that we call it Good Friday as the day he died? Instead of like Bad Friday or...
That's a good point, man. You know what? Unless society at the time as a whole viewed it as a good thing, that could be where it originates from. I don't know. I wasn't around.
That's an interesting one. We'll figure that out. We'll make an Insta post. Or
we'll talk about it when we talk about religion, because that's coming up soon.
Yes, we are going to do a religion.
One of the Canadian holidays that are very religious. At Canada Day, we'll talk about it or something.
That's right.
But okay, how about this one? We'll tie this into mental wellness and physical wellness. What small thing?
Just health and wellness.
What?
Why'd you have to categorize them like that? Health and wellness.
Okay, sure. What small joys bring brightness to you on like a daily basis,
your penis? Small joy.
Thank you. I'm glad I could be of service.
That is a great question.
On a daily basis?
No, on it, but like if it was something that happened every day, you'd be like I'll give you an example. One, I go to the same when I do work at the office. I go to the same Tim Hortons when I do go, and it's the same people I see every day. Kind of that interaction every day because they're always, they recognize that it's me. I guess I'm like a regular now. Like I've been upgraded to that. Like that's kind of a cool. I've always wanted that. I actually wanted it at a bar, but I'll settle for a Timmy. But it's cool because like I've seen so many different people that are there every day that that interaction is, it's usually obviously very pleasant and it's like, hey, how's it going? Here's your coffee, or tea. Have a great day. Cheers. I hope I don't spill it today. It's like that type of small thing.
Nice. Okay.
All the people at work too are like, yo, your episode was sick. I was like, you fucking watched it? Or they like make a reference to it. Like I'm like, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. That
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Even if it's not live like this, but actually funny story. My brother texted me yesterday. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was so fucking hammered last night. I didn't watch the podcast, but I'm gonna watch it today. I was like, bro, today's Friday. The podcast is today. He's like, shit, dude, I was so fucked up. I was like, you know,
that's so good.
I'm gonna text him. I'm like, you didn't even fucking watch it today.
Get him, fucking call him out.
He texted me in the middle of the day today. It was like fucking 1 o'clock. He's like,
what a guy.
I was so drunk. I was like, dude, it's not even yesterday.
Yeah, no. On the same note, I really appreciate that when some of my
kids could have dovetailed off that, bud.
Yeah, I chose not to. When some of my Jets guys, like, they'll message me and stuff and be like, hey, busy this Friday, I won't be able to watch the show. Like, I'll watch it later, like when it's posted on YouTube and stuff. And like, I really do appreciate that they care about this enough, and we have good enough bond that they care to support us. I appreciate that.
MattFan6969 said that. He's like, listen, I'm not always gonna watch it live. He's like, but I usually listen to it the next week. He's like, every day at work while I'm driving, he's like, I'll listen to it till I'm done. I was like, I appreciate
That's sick.
You don't have to do that, but and as long as you enjoy it, like tell me what you don't so that we can. If it's something you're like, yo, it sucks when you guys do this, I'll be like, okay, maybe we'll talk about changing it. If it's if it's feedback that we get from multiple people, if it's one person, like, fuck you, your opinion sucks, you're not woke.
Fuck.
What about you, Lucas? What brings you small joys other than what you said about me?
On a daily basis?
Can we sorry, can we just draw attention to Matt's fucking goldfish face when he was trying to take that drink right there?
What the hell's gold? What do goldfish look like?
It's just like you're fucking sucking for air while you're it's like geez, guy's trying to fucking make out with his cup. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Anyways, go on, Lucas.
I don't know. I think for me, small wins are like when I finish my schoolwork for the day and I'm like It's over with for the rest
feel
of the day. I'm
accomplished?
chilling. I'm done. Yeah, because like I'm always ahead of the schedule. So to me, finishing for the day means all my assignments ahead of time are also done. Like if I have an assignment that's due in a month, I will try to do it the week it's assigned, so it's done with. So having those kind of like small win conditions, being like, I just finished, so now I can just relax, not knowing that I don't have other shit on my mind. To me, that's a big win.
What a fucking nerd.
Wreck, bro.
If I were to do
No, I get it.
If I was to do something similar for you guys, like to your guys' extent, I think it's more so like just I don't know, like finishing a crucial task that I knew.
Don't
I had for
compare
the day.
your accomplishments to ours.
Yeah, come on,
I'm
man. We
not-
talked about
I'm
this
not.
for like so.
Have you been
fucking
listening
long.
to the podcast?
Jesus.
I'm not. I'm saying that if I were,
He's not listening. He's not listening to the
No,
podcast.
no, I'm saying
Wow.
if I were to make it relative to what you guys are saying, then I would say that
Okay,
finishing.
literally just said he's not listening to the podcast.
Finishing a major task of the day is just like a good accomplishment for me. Being like, hey,
That's
like I had
you know what
schoolwork.
that is?
I was like not looking forward to doing it. Done. Clean my room. Done. Clean the bathroom. Done. Like something like that.
I think that's just a side effect when a good man loves you.
Fucking dickheads.
All right, so just for reference, chat. This is probably how much rum was in my first one.
And he's going again. This guy's gonna puke
well,
for the second
no,
time.
I'm this rum's actually really good. It's
I
hard
said
for
it
me
was
to
bad.
actually drink rum other than this rum.
Guy's gonna yak. Not to be like super fucking lame-o or anything, but one of the small things in the day that
So lame.
that really just makes my day that much better are the small, very personal interactions I have with my nieces.
I'm gonna kick you from chat if that's cool. See, dude.
Like, I mean, this is one thing that they love. Like right before they go to bed, like I just like throw them onto the bed, and like I kind of like try and make them touch the ceiling before like coming down on the bed. Like I throw them like as high as I can before they just like come crashing down.
Is that how you measure? Is that how you measure your personal growth? Is like yesterday?
Yeah, man.
You're like, yo, I did it.
Yeah, they got fucking dummied. No, but they love it. They absolutely love it. And like, not every night, but like often they'll come and ask me like, "Yo, can you like throw us on the bed like before we go to bed?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" Like I'll never say no to it.
Yo,
but
kids have that effect, bro.
Honestly, and like I mean, there are some days where they get busy and they just have to go to bed, or maybe I'm busy when they go to bed, so they didn't see me around to ask me or things like that. But like, it's little things like that where it's like because that's only something they do with me. So like when there are those things that it's exclusive to me and my nieces, those are the things that I love.
The next time we all party together and I'm going to bed,
Yo, I will absolutely dunk your ass on the bed. Yo, don't even test me. I will dunk your ass on the bed. Fucking do it. Fucking ask me. I'll do it.
For
This
you,
guy's gonna yak everywhere as soon as he hits that bed.
for you, he'll throw you through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Always just go right through. No, I think anything to do with kids is a big win. So that's not lame-o, bro. That's not lame-o. I was gonna comment that normally if you have to say like this, yo, I promise you it's not lame. I'm like, yo, most of the time when people
It's
do that,
fucking lame. Yeah.
but that's a good one, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously gonna ask you now every time. So
Well, when we go to Matt's house now, he's gonna be like, Lee, can you throw me up? Yeah, for sure. All right, thank you.
throw me up so I can throw me up so I can throw up.
I'm gonna break this guy's fucking back and his bed.
Okay,
Matt, right?
In other words, baby.
Matt,
Hi.
since your bed's right behind you, can you please show us an interpretation of you being thrown onto your bed by Lee?
Yeah, actually, let's end the stream like that. I'm spilling Coke all over
Yes.
my room. Hands are falling off my desk. But this is how I'm gonna end the stream, okay? This is what happened. I would be like,
Wait. Am I gonna have to end the stream as well?
no, because I can't. So
We're gonna have to come back. Okay, do it. We'll say our goodbyes and then turn the camera. We can't see your bed fully.
I'm just making sure I made it the entire time. This is the best you're gonna get.
Okay, so just so you know, what I usually do is I cradle them in my arms and I throw them as high into the ceiling as possible before they hit the bed. So I'd like a.
Okay, if you need.
This is a one-time demo. This is an exclusive. You may not see this in another.
Yeah, I want some serious airtime. Kiss the
Okay, ready?
ceiling. Kiss
I
the
will.
You
ceiling.
might have to take off your headphones.
Imagine I take my ceiling fan off. Okay, hold on.
This guy's gonna do it with his headphones on, destroy his computer.
I'm like, okay, Lee, can you put me to bed?
That's pretty good.
So you put me to bed.
Oh, fantastic! That was fantastic. Guys, enjoy your long weekend.
No, pause the Ruckus with us next time. We're here
Thanks
every
for coming
Friday,
out.
Obvi. Let us know if you don't want us to do a Friday episode when it's a long weekend or Monday. But we don't do episodes on Monday, so only when there's Fridays, I guess.
Yeah. Who knows when the next one is?
Yeah.
Take
Enjoy
care,
your long
everyone.
weekends. Pause the Ruckus. Cheers. Peace.
Goodbye.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace.